sit here under this shade tree and do some shade tree mechanicing. Why shade tree? It's just nicer. We'll do a little shade tree mechanicing today. Back in bed, everybody. Been doing a bunch of random stuff the last couple days, so I haven't really filmed a lot, but I'll throw the videos in here before we get started today. Well, I did a thing today. Got a baler. Kubota BV4160. Yep, bought it. So Max was talking earlier this year. If you've been following us for a while, you know we borrow our uncle's tractor baler, which is a good tractor and baler. He don't mind us borrowing it. We swap out some stuff for him, but we tend to mess each other up trying to bale hay, because we end up both trying to cut it and bale at the same time. So it helps speed us and him up some. I wrote down and bought a baler this year. Yes, it's brand new. I got a new one. I'm a little leery on buying used balers. We got enough used stuff sitting around here that we're working on, try and get the bugs worked out of. I wanted something that I could hook up and go this spring. So I talked to a local dealership down here in Loretta, Tennessee, Brown Equipment. Good company to go to. Easy to work with. If you're looking for Kubota stuff, look them up. And they had this baler there on a lot, and good deal on it right now. So I bought a baler. I got a 4160E, which is a base model, just to do a 4x5 hay. That's all we do here. As you know, we do 4x5. Just string. I don't need wrap. We don't use wrap. So basically try to get something, a good base entry model baler. This looks like what Kubota had. It does have a hydraulic pickup on it. It comes standard with hydraulic pickup. A couple of things I'm still trying to figure out what all's on it. I got a manual I got to start reading. But it should be a good baler. Don't really know. We've heard some good things about Kubotas. Haven't heard anything bad yet about them. Been interested in running one, so now we're about to run one. We did look at red balers, because the red baler dealership here didn't like them. Looked at John Deere's. My uncle runs John Deere. But first off, we're gonna hook this to the back of the 2090 case since white. So let's be honest, the orange balers look a lot better behind the white case than the green baler is. So orange. And Kubota dealership's a lot closer. And again, family owned, good dealership to deal with. So we're going with Kubota. We'll try them, see what they do, we'll try them and see how they work. Excited to get this thing going. It's the middle of April right now, so we got a month and a half before we're in a hayfield. Something like that, probably a month we're in a hayfield. So I got a month, we'll get the monitor wired up on a case, get this thing hooked up to it. May have to cut drive shaft down on it, don't know if we have to cut drive shaft down on it yet or not, and go through it good. Once we get running, we'll kind of do how the thing runs. I haven't seen many people out there doing reviews on them, so what I'll do is this fall, after we run this thing this year, I'll kind of take a video and we'll go completely through it, perks and minuses of it, what we like about it, what we don't like about it. I like the standard hydraulic pickup. My uncle's got a hydraulic pickup on his John Deere, and once you get used to hydraulic pickup, it's kind of hard to do with that one. It's nice. So that was one of the driving factors. John Deere honestly didn't have a standard. Their base model didn't have hydraulic pickup, had a crank. And it was a little more expensive, this thing. This thing had the hydraulic pickup standard, and it was a little cheaper. And it had a better deal on it right now. Well, I think the deal's over with now, but it had a better deal at the time. I like the belts on it. Belts look good. I like this little bell kicker they got on the back of it. The chains look pretty heavy duty on it. And I think that's about it for today. He did his thing though. So we're going to put her in the barn here in a minute and hook the tractor back her in the barn, get her in the barn because I don't need a new hay baler sitting out. And start reading the manual. Isn't that right, Dalton? Yeah. Yeah, start reading. I think that's it for today. So stay tuned. We'll get her out here in a month, figure out how to hook up, maybe do a video on hooking the monitor up, and they're supposed to come out with me when first time we roll hay and run tractor with us for a couple hours and make sure we have everything set like we want it. Especially just, again, being a Kubota, we haven't set one before. I've set a John Deere baler, haven't set a Kubota baler, so it's a whole new, well, it's the same basic process as a whole new animal though, so I'm sure we can figure it out, but they're gonna come do it as part of the agreement. See what we can get done. I'll catch back up here. So by now, I don't know what all you saw, because I'm behind on my editing. I just filmed some things I don't know what all. But he's probably seen a new baler. So I got my hat on today. You buy a baler, get a hat. We are going to work on my dad's 7000 series 6-row planter today, getting ready to start planting corn. We are going to do some upgrades to it today. We are going to change all these closing wheel ends out. They're wore. We got 6 of them put in. We have 2 of these here that broke off. We're going to swap them out and basically grease it and service it good today. I think she'll be ready to run then. We went through a while back. That's the only thing really we saw we need to work on. So we'll do her again once over on it again today and see what we get done with her. Alex should be out spraying some burn down today. I don't know if he's got the GoPro with him today or not. I think he does. I don't know if he's filming today or not. But that's where we're at today. So we'll see what we can get done and walk you through this stuff and sit around this shade tree and do some shade tree mechanicing. Why shade tree? Well, because it's too wide fit in the shop, so we'll old school day. We'll sit under a shade tree and do some shade tree mechanicing. So stick around. I got 2 done so far. These 2 outer ones done, unit 1 and 2. Change this piece here on the second one that was wore out. That's why this one down here is drooping. We'll get it swapped when we get down there. Haven't filmed any of the first 2 swapping out because I want to figure out how it's done. And I'm not a John Deere mechanic. I'm a mechanic by, I know how to take something apart and I can figure out how to put it back together based on how I took it apart. That's how I do mechanicing, like most farmers. So, didn't film any of that, just kind of went through it and figured out everything I need to do. I'll start filming stuff now, I guess, on this next one we'll do here. So, we have got this from Shoop, anyway. It's a kit they make. So basically, this part here is going to replace this. Now, the difference being, this has a lever, a new style lever, so you can adjust your pressure on it. Well, this one has a spring with a nut here. You just tighten up your spring to get your pressure down on here. We like these a little better, new style. The reason we're swapping these out, the bushings are worn here and it doesn't do the pressure like it should. So we're swapping out. This one comes with a hardware pack. It has a new style, I want to call it adjustable bushing. So you can kind of center this based off this one bushing here. So we're installed that one bushing as we go. That's what I've been doing. We'll take the press wheels off here where you reuse the press wheels. All the other hardware is new. To do this, the first thing I forgot to do, the best way to do is just going to take this bolt out here. That way the spring uncompresses and loosen it up. We'll take this bolt out first, come back and take these 2 nuts out here first, bolts out. Then I'll drop this whole section off. Okay, once this section's off, we'll come back and take these coil pins, knock these pins out here. This one's got a bolt in it. We'll take that bolt out here. I'll get these wheels free here. Then we'll install the new piece back on here. Actually, we'll hook the spring back on first, then bolt the new piece on here. It ain't too bad. It's actually pretty easy now that I got it down. It's just we sprayed some, I guess, PB penetrating oil on it a while ago to get everything loosened up, so it knocks out easier, and it's actually going pretty smooth. So, all right, got it off. Get the wheels off, or closing wheels off. Put the next one on. First thing to do is kind of apart. You got a spring in the back here at the hook. I'm going to move this lever all the way up just so you got a lot of slack in it. Hook your hook on. Okay, once you get your hook hooked on, there's 2 different ways you can do this in your hardware pack. We got a hardware pack here. It comes with 3 bolts. Only need 2. You have 2 short ones, 1 long one. through these spacers. And one of these, well, it's not spacers bushing, one of these bushings here. This is the adjustable bushing. By turning this bushing here, because if you see it's not dead center, it's oblong, it helps set this wheel in the center of your track. So we will put this one on this side of what we're doing over here and put a standard bushing this side. So we'll get our stuff out, take a bushing. Because the paint's all thick, I'm having to tap this bushing in by the time this is set it. Let's get a good thick coat of paint. Flush enough. And that's going to be a short bolt and 2 washers on that hardware kit here. So a short bolt, 2 washers. Now one thing I do like about this kit is I'm not using Loctite on it, because these bolts, or these nuts, I don't know if everybody knows this, but these nuts have these little indentions on them here. Say a circle indentions right there. That's a what I was told in my other career. Those are self-damaging thread for a thread, so they make you a lock nut instead of a nylon lock nut. Instead of a nylon lock nut, if I can talk to that, those actually damage the threads. You gotta set it high like this to get it so it stick. So your parts that will hang on to. And it sits first. Washer. Then get a longer bolt and 1 washer. I've been setting this one about here, like this. I think that's about right. Bolt. Washer. Nut. Okay. Now we'll tighten them up. Tighten this other one over first. I like to tighten it up first. I'll tighten it down more in just a minute. Tighten this one up now. And we'll set the planter down here after a while. When we go to fill it first time, we'll get it adjusted right. So if I turn this, you can see here. See it moves. I guess let's scoot back some more. So if I turn this, it moves. You can see it moving my end a little bit. Spurring it up. On this planter, it seems to be about right. If I get my wrench around right, it seems about right. Set right there. So that seems pretty square for today. There, if I get the camera set right, it seems pretty square. So we'll tighten it up right there for now. Then when we get in the field, we'll set this down, or maybe in driveway when they sit down and drive, and make sure these wheels, or these wheels here, line up with your track. So let me get it tightened up and we'll go on to next. Okay. Got her tight, looks good. Now for these suckers here, they're pretty easy to put on. Just line the hole up. I don't think I can do it one-handed. Maybe I can do it one-handed. So basically just line your hole up here. Pretty close. Tap because it's got a lot of paint on it. And punch here. Check my hole. That's pretty good. Then we'll start our pin and we'll drive her in there in just a second. I'm gonna knock that pin in there. That's it basically. So now we can set the spring tension we want to by this. Put different forces on it. Like I said, we'll get out and we'll set this later. But that looks pretty close to being right now. And we'll just leave these here so there's no pressure on the spring for right now. Just keep that spring, wearing that spring out. We'll set each one and get ready to go to field. Basically it. We may swap a tire out. I got a new tire in the shop. We may put a tire in this thing here in a minute. This one's got a hole in it. We got a new tire put on it. But that's it for right now, I think. Appreciate you guys following us along today. Remember to thumbs up that video. Hit that subscribe button. And as always, good Lord willing, we'll catch you on the flip side. Till next.